Today on PM Videocast, we're featuring a seamstress slash couturier, and her name is Louise Ashley. Hi Louise, welcome here. It's wonderful to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Louise, first tell me, how did you get into this career?
Okay, well, I had sewn all my life. From a really young age, I was sewing, making things for my dolls and so on. It was the thing, that and art, I loved doing through school, went on to college and did fashion. And later, years later, I went back to college and university and was studying fashion and costume construction.
That's very interesting, especially the costume construction. What makes your business different from other seamstresses?
Well, for me, it's getting that connection with somebody and making them really happy. So whatever's thrown at me, I'm really happy to do. My work is really varied. It's quite diverse, from alterations to replacing a saddle for a bike. I mean,
that's interesting.
So another one is doing costumes for Napoleonic reenactments. That's just, it's so varied. It's really interesting. But if I make the customer happy, then I'm happy.
Have you worked in theatre, and did you actually do costume designing?
Yes, I did a few years of doing wardrobe for a local theatre for a company. So that was actually sourcing all the costumes as well as making them.
And is costume designing very different from dress designing?
It is. It is essentially the same, but there are different principles to them. And it's the research of costume which is so interesting, because you could be looking at a very historical era. So the research is really lovely.
That sounds really fascinating. I love that idea. And I'm sure that makes you look as a seamstress differently at a design, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Each job that I'm given, I've got to meet a brief. So I'm following my customer. And again, that might involve research, which is fun then. But if I meet the brief, which is thrilling each time, it's so satisfying when the customer says, "You've reached that, you've met, what I wanted."
You've made me happy.
Yeah.
Louise, how can we contact you?
Right, I am Seamstress by the Sea. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Google.
And we can just search for Seamstress by the Sea. That's a lovely name. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.